it boils down to how good is this kid. Because if he's that good, LeBron called him an alien. If he's an alien, then I don't care who drafts him, Detroit, Houston, San Antonio, they're going to win championships down the road.
How would you describe who he is, what he is, and the impact he could have on the upcoming season?
Greeny, Victor Wembanyama is the singular greatest prospect in NBA draft history. He's that at 18 years old. He was also that at 17 and at 16. He's not coming out of nowhere, and the impact he's going to have on the NBA this season is dramatic.
A prospect we've never seen before in NBA history is taking the NBA media by storm. Victor Wembanyama is a 7'5" tall athlete who can do it all on the court. Today we'll be looking at the game he played against Scoot Henderson's G League Ignite team because it is the closest thing Webby has competed in that closely resembles a real NBA setting. In this video, I want to clarify why Webby is getting all the hype, and rightfully so. Before we start, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications for more videos like this. Let's get into it. Firstly, I do want to say I believe Scoot Henderson was the best player on the court this game. He will be an amazing NBA player in the future, and he will easily be the #1 pick in any other draft. However, I will show you why Victor is easily the #1 pick in this draft. I also want to show you my biggest concern about Webby, and if that team that drafts him can develop on it, Victor will be a stud and possibly a future Hall of Famer. Victor Wembanyama is a very instinctual player, and sometimes he doesn't trust those instincts, leading to mistakes. This first clip I'm going to show you will be Webby showing off his length and smacking the ball away with a thunderous block off the glass. Timing is everything for great rim protectors, and Webby shows off his timing to be able to block the shot away at the perfect time. On this clip, I want to show you why Webby's guard-like skills can create mismatches on the court. We all know centers do not want to guard on the perimeter, but they want to be sitting in the paint. Well, when a 7'5" ball handler can drive to the paint and shoot the three against your center, it creates chaos. This will force other players having to help off their man to accommodate. Victor, in terms of passing the ball, isn't Nikola Jokic, but I mean who is. If he can be at the best an average passer, it will create nightmares for defensive coaches. This next clip shows Webby's understanding of matchup switching. Webby contests Scoot's mid-range jumper and immediately sprints back down the court because he knows his man was behind him trying to rebound the ball. Webby's guy points to the teammate to slow him down, but by the time he can recover, Webby's so tall, it's just a free lob to the basket. Not everything is great with Webby. My fear about Webby in the NBA is that teams will pick on his lateral quickness and lack of footwork. Webby relies a lot on his arm length to block and contest shots around the rim. This allows smaller players like Scoot Henderson to speed past him for an easy bucket at the rim. In this game, which I'll link below so you guys can watch the whole game yourselves, the G League Ignite's coach noticed Webby's lacking pick and roll defense and set up schemes to attack Webby all game by the basket. This put Webby in foul trouble down the stretch. This is one of the biggest reasons why Webby is a lock for the #1 pick. In today's NBA, all players on the court has to be able to stretch the floor, or you'll be a liability on offense. Webby's ability to not only shoot the mid-range, but hit the three-pointer consistently is so tough to guard. Not many people in this game, or in general, can contest Webby's high arcing shot. One player who's in the NBA Finals right now is a great example of a tough shot to contest when they shoot the ball. Michael, the possession ends here Porter, has a beautiful stroke when shooting the ball.
Stop! That's gay!
But it is also a very hard shot to contest. Porter reaches up almost 9 feet in the air to shoot the ball, which leaves smaller defenders barbecue chicken. In this next clip is something that concerns me, but not as much as it does other people. Webby's strength is a big topic of discussion for a good reason. Webby's not the strongest guy, sitting at 229 pounds, but I'm not worried about that because we have seen this story before. The guy up there in Milwaukee who had similar problems before he entered the league is an NBA champion and a 2-time MVP. In this game, however, there was multiple times where you could see Webby getting bodied up in the paint by stronger players, preventing him from getting to his spots, or like in this clip, getting the rebound snatched from him. I do believe when Webby bulks up, no one on this planet will be able to stop him in the paint. But for now, when Webby is a screener in pick and roll, he tends to flare out to the three-point line or to the mid-range instead of attacking the basket on the roll because he feels like he isn't strong enough. Earlier I mentioned Webby being an instinctual player. When he doesn't trust those instincts, he tends to make mistakes. In this clip, Webby's man pump faked him, leaving Webby a sitting duck in the sky and delays his timing on the second block attempt, causing a goaltend. This is another thing I noticed the G League Ignite's coach picked up on, because later in the game, Scoot Henderson pump faked Webby multiple times around the basket, causing Webby to jump. This allows Scoot to make an easy bucket at the rim or pass it out to an open man. Webby relies heavily on his wingspan to deter players away from the basket, but if that player understands this, it can be used against him. On this next clip, Webby shows off his triple threat face-up capability. Webby goes to this move earlier in the game, but it didn't go in. However, he did notice how the defender guarded his face-up last time, so instead of pulling up right away, he does a few pump fakes and side steps to make the bucket. Being able to face up 7'5" in the mid-range is amazing because most of the time, it is a 1v1, and like mentioned earlier, contesting an 8-foot wingspan is quite literally impossible. Lastly, for the analysis section, I do want to point out Webby does have low post moves and can finish through contact if necessary. Like stated before, he will need a bulk up to consistently win in the low post. In this this clip, Webby off the pick and roll actually rolls down to the basket and flashes his hands. His teammate misses this, but eventually throws the ball down to him in the post. Webby gives this man a shimmy up and under and finishes through the contact. Victor has caught international attention, and sometimes that can be good and a bad thing. The media putting these type of expectations on a young up-and-coming prospect can have devastating results if he doesn't live up to what the media feels like he should. However, I am in the camp that believes he will succeed at the next level. The Spurs do have the number 1 pick in the NBA 2023 draft. The obvious pick will be Victor Wembanyama. If he develops right under Pop, he can possibly bring the Spurs more championships to put in their cases. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe for more of these type of videos. Thank you.